Yo, 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 welcome to Capture Culture, where worlds collide, creatives thrive, and the beat never dies. We're your hosts, Adam and Alex, coming fresh with a mic check and thanking you for the time you're about to invest.
What it do?
Yes, sir.
Hi,
what
guy.
it do? Yes, sir. Buddy, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Make it Capture Culture happen. That's what we're doing. We're here, man, and I am happy to be here. Let me tell you.
As am I, man. This is definitely something I've been wanting to do, and something I think we'll be pretty good at. You know, something I feel like we do naturally. So it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. And I mean, I'm not just happy to be here on this podcast, but I'm happy to be here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I had one of those near-death experiences, you could say, man, and my mortality became a reality, and it was crazy. It was crazy, man. Like, life can change on you just like that with a flick of a switch, and you just got to be dealing with some shit, and it's crazy, man. I fractured my back, and essentially this is what brought us here to doing this podcast. You know what I mean? Being laid out for 3 months definitely gave me time to think about what I want to do, what I want to have fun with, and what my passions are naturally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's great, man.
So, man, you got to tell me more about this.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. How did this happen? Like, what were the? Tell me the story, man.
I'll just say this just ahead of time. When they say like trauma and a traumatic accident, like, I really understand what that is, and all it encompasses, not just your injuries or everything, but just dealing with everyday life, trying to sleep, replaying what happened and all that. So man, so it was championship weekend for the NFL, right? So I'm watching the Bengals and the Chiefs, great game. And I'm in downtown Las Vegas. I'm at Circa at Stadium Swim, rooftop spot, right?
Okay.
Super fun spot, man. And we're celebrating a homie's birthday. We're watching the games, and we're having a great day. Me and a group of friends, and we're having a great day. And the game comes to an end, and, you know, it's time to change location, change spots. So me and my wife, we go with another couple that we're with, and we go to another spot to have another drink. And, you know, from there, we wanted to go to another spot, right?
So bar hopping.
And so little bar hopping. We're going to a spot to eat and probably call it a night at that point. And everything's been mellowed out since we left probably downtown Las Vegas. So we've been mellowing out and stuff. And I got in the car with my homie, which in retrospect was definitely a mistake that was made. You know what I mean? I'm a little impaired. He was telling me he's good. I didn't think he was that fucked up, right?
Now, and when you say a little impaired, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much is a little impaired really? Like, you were day drinking.
I mean, he definitely, day drinking. But I mean, at some point you pace yourselves out. But we did have a drink at that one bar, right? Mm-hmm. But he told me I thought he was good. I thought, you know, maybe, I mean, throughout the day, you're definitely looking at 4 or 5 drinks. I don't know at that point just how buzzed he was. But I'm telling you, I didn't realize it and I didn't see it. You know, I didn't know it. I'm a passenger. I'm just having a fun day. You just kind of always assume, like, when you're in a car, maybe you're going to be okay, right? I mean, when you're drunk, you know you're drunk and driving. Right. I'm just the passenger, right? So I'm in the car, and the place is only 5 minutes away, you know? And I say that because a lot of people always say, you know, they give themselves that out where it's like, oh, it's just right here. It's just down the street. It's not too far. Anything could happen from point A to B. So definitely, you know, if you're listening, just be safe out there. Trust your gut. Get Ubers. Don't do it.
Don't drink and drive.
Because don't drink and drive. Yeah. You know, don't drink and drive. Yeah, shit happens. So we get in the car from point A to point B, and he's driving okay, but all of a sudden he just wants to kind of like speed and show off his car. He's got like an Infiniti, right?
Damn.
And he just wants to speed all of a sudden he's just like, hey, Alex, watch this. And he starts hitting the gas. Yeah, man. And like, I'm like, dude, this is crazy. You know, Regulators was just playing on the radio, man. I was vibing. It was a vibe. It was later in the night. There weren't a lot of cars out. He was driving okay. Really, he was driving okay. But it was when he wanted to show off and he started speeding. And he was coming up to a red light. And I knew right away, man, he wasn't going to stop in time. I knew right away.
Fuck.
And literally, man, like my life didn't flash before my eyes. You know, some people that might happen. But I did have the thought that this is my final moments. I'm about to die. I did have that thought. I was just like, fuck, I'm about to die in a car accident. because you hear it all the time in Las Vegas. You hear this shit happen all the time, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm about to die in this car accident. So he swerves to the right, obviously to try to hit the car in front of us. So I take the full brunt of the impact. Boom, I get hit.
Damn.
I get hit, and I never lose consciousness. We hit another car, and then after we hit the second car, we go up over the median, and we go onto oncoming traffic.
Whoa.
And I'm looking ahead of me, and I see a car coming right at us, dude, right at us. And I'm like, oh shit! And the car hits us, doesn't,
Whoa.
yeah, hits us, dude. I see just jump up, and I'm still awake. I'm still conscious, man. I'm like, oh my god, I made it. I made it. Like, that's my first
Whoa.
thought. I made it, dude. Right? Just crazy, dude. Crazy. And like literally, my first thought is just relief. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm alive. I'm alive. And then you start taking in your surroundings, and airbags went off, airbag deployed. Mine did, I'm pretty sure both did. My car door is all smashed in on my side, dude, and there's a little smoke in the air from when airbags deploy. So I mean, my thought is like, I got to get out of this car, right? I'm like, shit, I got to get out of this car. And my wind is knocked out of me. I could barely talk, right? I could barely talk. And there's a good Samaritan outside, like at the window, trying to like, you guys okay? You guys okay? And I'm trying to tell him, like, get me out of here. And the driver, my homie, he's okay. He gets out of the car, runs around. They both help me out. And I'm trying to open the door, but the door is like jammed because the whole side door, right, is like hit in.
Right.
So I'm like trying to open it, but it keeps swinging back. And they finally like get it open, and they help me out. They like hug me, and I knew right away like something wrong was with my back. So I just like grabbed them, and they dragged me out, and I told them just lay me down on the median right there, because like I couldn't get my legs under me. I tried, couldn't do it. Knew right away something was wrong, and I just laid flat there on the median, and just like looking up at the night sky, dude, and just craziness all around. 4 cars total, smashed up, right? And yeah, dude, that's how like everything could just turn, man. Just a fun day turned for a second.
Damn. God damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm laying there. He's asking me if I'm okay, and I'm just like, man, my back. Like, I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm happy to be alive. I'm just like, my back. But the way he's reacting to me, I think like I'm bleeding or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's glass on me, because he's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, dude, am I okay? Like, am I bleeding? Is there glass on me? He's like, no, you're good. I mean, I did have massive abrasions, bruises everywhere.
He was panicking a little bit though, like.
I mean, panicking in just to say he's former Marine, so panicking in the sense that he's just looking out for me and he wants me to be okay at that moment. He's really like trying to console me, like a Saving Private Ryan moment.
But you had said like the way he was acting led you to believe like you were more fucked up than you were.
Driving, like initially, what do you mean?
No, like just now you had said the way he was acting made me think I was bleeding. You know?
Yes, yeah. He was definitely panicked. He was shocked too. I mean, you got to think. There's so much shock going on in the moment, and even in the moment, I'm realizing like I'm in shock. I'm trying to like calm my own mind down so I could gather what's happening, try to process everything that's happening to me. And like he lays me down. Obviously, the cops are being called, and it's crazy, man. I'm just cold. It's like cold night, so he's just putting jackets on me, whatever he could find in his car, and I'm just laying on the street. I can't even look around and look at my surroundings because like I know my back is hurt, right? I'm just like laying there. And so I call my wife, who's in the other car with his girlfriend. So we took separate cars. So she's in the car with his girlfriend, and they're meeting up with us. And I call her all calm, right? Because I don't want her to panic. And I'm alive. I don't know the extent of my injury. I could like feel my toes and shit, but I don't know the extent of my injury. But so I'm just like, babe, we got in a car accident. And like I just kind of like tilt my head up, and I like look around, and I'm like, these are the cross streets that we're at. And everything, and before she gets there, the ambulance gets there. So now the ambulance is there, they're checking on me, and they pull up to the scene. My wife is hysterical. Alexis is just going crazy. She runs up to me, she's crying, what the hell happened? I mean, she pulls up to a scene, I sound all calm and collected on the phone, right? And she pulls up to a scene, and there's just cars smashed everywhere, and then she sees me laying on the median there.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, my mortality became a reality. You know what I mean? It really did. It flips like that. And I'll skip ahead to kind of what I gained from the experience and everything I kind of thought about.
Well, what happened, man? Like, what was the diagnose? Like, what did the doctors say? You know, like,
So this is what happened. Okay, so ambulance gets there, right? And they put me into the ambulance. They're asking me all the questions about my injury. They're checking my feet and they're doing like tests with my legs and feet to make sure I have feeling and no nerve damage or anything like that. I am telling them my back hurts and I can't walk. And I'm telling them my back hurts. And I mean, they asked me, what do I want to do? You want to go to the hospital? And I'm like, the fuck kind of question is that? Like, I'm thinking, yeah, I do, but you're asking me this. Do I need to go to, right? Because I'm in shock. I'm still in shock. The whole situation. This is crazy. You know, I hear screaming going on in the background.
Who's
I'm in the
screaming?
ambulance. My wife, she's screaming at the homie. She's punching him. How can you do this? You know, there's cops, sirens, people, commotion. And I'm like, man, I was like, dude, am I good? So I was like, I don't know. You know, it's sad that you think this, but you also think money, right? Like, you just think like, man, I'm in an ambulance and ride is going to cost me this and that. All this is going to cost me in the end of the day if it's not worth it. So I'm tripping. I'm like, am I really hurt? You know? And I am. So I try to stand up and I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. Fuck no. I'm staying down. I'm like, the least I'm going to get out of this is some painkillers from the doctor because I know my shit is messed up. You know what I mean? I know it's messed up. If you're going to try to make me go to work tomorrow, that ain't happening. So I tell them, yeah, take me to the hospital. They take me to the wrong hospital. They do not take me to the trauma unit. They take me to the wrong hospital. I get to the hospital, dude, and they're not treating it like I'm actually hurt. From the way they transfer that over, they're saying, you know, this guy's not really hurt. I don't know what happened. They're thinking I'm not really hurt. So they got me sitting in an uncomfortable chair in the waiting room of a hospital, like I'm just like a regular patient, like I just cut my finger or something, right? I was just in a 4-car wreck. You know what I mean? I was just in a 4-car wreck telling these guys that my back is hurt too. And I can't walk. And they got me sitting in the chair.
how are you getting around at this point? Like, Alexis just like,
Alexis is not with me because I went in the paramedics by myself. So I get to the hospital by myself. She told me later she had to like go to the house first, get the car, then come back.
wait, so she's drunk and then she got in her car.
She's not.
started-
I mean, she's not drunk at that point. I mean, that's a sobering up moment. Everything sobers you up. I mean, looking back, maybe she probably shouldn't have drove, but
Right.
that's what happened.
Damn.
Okay, and by the time she got there, I've been sitting in the chair for a while, right? So I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I should not be sitting down. I should be flat on my back, no pressure on my tailbone. So she gets there, and I'm shaking. I'm shivering. I'm like pale white and ghostly. I think I'm about to puke. I think I'm about to pass out. I'm trying to tell the people there that like, yo, I am not good. You guys need to do something right now. And she's making a scene. My wife's making a scene, and I love her for it, man. She's pulling full Karen mode, okay, because that's what needed to be done in the moment to get these guys' attention.
Right.
She's pulling a full Karen mode to get them to focus on me and like just look at me. I mean, anybody that looked at me at that moment knew I was not in a good condition, okay? So the security guard takes her out, and then they see it and they move me immediately to like another room where I could at least lay down and get my pressure off the tailbone, you know? And then they bring Alexis back in and they're apologizing to her. They're like, look, we know you just had to calm down for a second. Sorry we kicked you out. We'll bring you back in. The security guard was amazing. Shout out to the security guard at Spring Valley Hospital. Okay. He was amazing. He started taking care of us. He made sure my wife got food because we were there for like 3-4 hours running tests. Once they found out what was wrong with me, an L5 fracture in my spine, they started apologizing. They said, I'm sorry, you know, we weren't told the right information about what was going on with you and this and that. And they started taking it way more serious, man. The direction turned at that moment to like, okay, you got a serious injury. You got some swelling, you know, and if you don't know, right, if you get in a back injury, it's the swelling that could cause the nerve damage. When you break a bone or fracture a bone, liquid comes out and that liquid presses on your nerves and it could cause some nerve damage. So immediately they started taking care of me at that point, dude. And, you know, you go from living a regular life to now you might have spinal back surgery. You know what I mean? Your whole life. You might, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to walk, right? I could feel my shit at the moment, but you don't know if things are getting worse. They're constantly checking on you to make sure nothing's getting worse. And they're telling me I might have surgery. uh, all this shit, man. Then they get me transferred to the right hospital, and Vegas is a crazy place, dude. I'm in the hospital being transferred. There's like a gangbanger in the next room I can hear. He's cussing at the doctor. The doctor's cussing at him.
Really?
Not taking no shit. He's telling he's in the doctor's face. The doctor's in his face. I could hear him say, "What, you gonna fucking punch me? You gonna punch me, doc?" And the doctor's saying, "Look, motherfucker, you're calling me motherfucker. You're calling the nurse motherfucker. You're a motherfucker. If you don't want help, leave." You know what I mean?
Yo.
Dude, this is craziness is going on, and I'm in this like pivotal moment in my life. And even in that moment, I was like, this is funny. This is crazy that I'm here right now. This is crazy that I'm here.
Yeah, man. God bless, man. God bless that you're.
God bless. God bless.
God bless that you're not in a. And also, God bless that you're not in a wheelchair, man. Because that.
Amen.
That could have been a very real, situation. And I knew, like, the first day, like when I spoke to you, when it happened, like the first thing you said to me, and which let me know that you were okay. Was that Mamba mentality, and I was like, oh, okay, this
mentality,
this dude's got it, and I knew like
Mamba
that was
yeah.
exactly the energy you needed, and you kept that energy, you stayed with it, man, and like it makes me very happy to see that you're doing a lot better, walking around, man. God bless, like I said, God bless,
yeah.
you, like definitely 100%.
It means a lot, man. Like, I was in a back brace for 2.5 months where, I had to have it on at all times when I was out of the bed. You know what I mean? I'm in a back brace. I barely could walk really well. And every day just kept getting stronger and stronger. Shout out to my wife for always keeping me good and in a good place and pushing me and keeping my spirits up. She really had a huge part to play in my recovery, in my rehab. And so did my parents. My parents were here. They live in California. They came out to Vegas right when I got home, and they really helped us out. They helped buy appropriate furniture for us, because my house has all kinds of complexities for someone who's got a hurt back. My house, I got sunken living room, all the bedrooms are upstairs. I mean, it provided, some challenges, to say the least. And then my cousin came through in a big way with one of his connections and got me a medical bed to replace my dining room table. I had a medical bed in my dining room table, and I slept in that bed for 2.5 months without my wife, by myself, on my back, could not move. And I'm a mover in bed. I could not move. And I was pissing in these urinals because I can't get out of bed in the middle of the night. So I had 3 urinals next to me. I'm pissing in the urinals.
Damn.
It humbles you, man. It humbles you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And God has a way of humbling you. And I don't look at this situation and say, why did you do this to me, God? I look at it and say, you got me out alive and I'm good. And I'm walking, you know what I mean? I could walk. I'm walking away from this. No head trauma. Thank God. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be dealing with some aches and pains, but I'm here. I'm doing it, capturing the culture. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to live every day like the last, and it really did change my perspective on that, man. I never took my health for granted, but to really like not procrastinate on things you want to do or dreams you want to chase or people you want to talk to or whatever the case may be, projects you want to do, don't put anything on hold. You know what I mean? Don't put anything on hold, because tomorrow really isn't promised. Tomorrow really is not promised.
Man, that's I've heard that story a couple times now. I believe you never really mentioned that part where you said where he was showing off and he was like, oh, hey, check it out, and like when you said that, like I was like, oh snap, like I didn't realize that's what was going on. And that's a big part of the story, man. Like that lets me know, like, yo, when I'm in a car, dude. When I'm in a car with somebody, and that's happened to me many times, when someone's I'm in a car driving with someone and they just want to show off or hear the engine of their car or whatever it is, and I gotta be like, chill, like, yo, that's
value my life.
Hell, man.
Value my. Anytime anybody's in my car and I'm driving, I take that shit serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really don't like. I may have one drink in the beginning of the night, but I'll stop drinking like long before we leave. I'll start getting ready for it. Like I'll sober up. I'll do what I have to do. I don't drink and drive. You know what I mean?
But being drunk and driving is one thing, but being reckless and drunk,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's where
But
it's
even the point of the story too. I mean, honestly, buzz driving is bad too. I mean, buzz driving is drunk driving, and I know it sounds like a little commercial that we're doing. You know what I mean? I mean, you and I are wild boys. We
like a
like
little
to have
PSA.
fun. We
Oh
like
yeah,
to
for
party.
sure. I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You gotta be You gotta be responsible.
Right.
Just everything. Be responsible because you got to think about the other lives. No one else got hurt.
Thank
That's an
God,
important
right.
thing to say. That's really like a big thing to say. Is no one else got hurt. I was the worst. I was the only one that went to the hospital, and I spent 5 nights in the hospital. You know what I mean? I've never spent a night in the hospital. I spent 5 nights in the hospital.
Bro,
Let me tell you.
did you get your hospital bill? Like, have you gotten your bill yet? Like,
Woo!
let's hear
Yes,
about
I
this,
did.
man.
It's so great you asked. I mean, I have healthcare, but there's things going on with the health insurance and stuff. So they just sent me the bill. It's not on me yet.
Hmm.
It is over. Well, hold it. You want to guess?
No,
So
bro.
I spent
can't.
5 nights. I spent five. I want you to guess. Let's play a
Yo,
guessing game real quick.
okay.
So let's play a guessing game. Let
Okay.
me tell you the details. Okay, I spent 5 nights in the hospital.
All right.
I took 2 ambulance rides. Not really my fault for the second one, right? But I took 2 ambulance rides. 5 nights in the hospital. Various tests and X-rays. Um, they customized my back brace to my body, so there's that as well. So all of that, right? How much you think it is?
Well over 200,000.
I mean, yeah, you're right on point.
Yeah.
You're right on point. It's like over 200K. Isn't that crazy, dude?
Yeah, man.
In some places of the world, that's like a
Insane, dog.
house.
That's
like a
so
house.
crazy to think about. People expect you to pay it too.
I mean, the health system's ridiculous, man. Then when you're in there, you're not getting the best care sometimes. Like it really does. Like you think sometimes, maybe you think you go to the hospital, the doctors knows best, but that is why you pay for like the best care. That's why there are doctors people go and visit to see over other doctors. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not going to diss any of the hospitals out here, but I mean, I was taken to the wrong hospital at first, then moved to another hospital. You know what I mean? And I'm lucky that there was nothing bad that happened to me in that time and when I was sitting in that chair. But honestly, the reality of the situation is I could have really had serious nerve damage if they had just left me there. And if my wife didn't get to that place, if she got there 10 minutes later and didn't go care until like 15 minutes later, I would have been in trouble. I could have been in trouble possibly,
Well, you were already in trouble at that point, bro.
Yeah.
And you got yourself out of the hole, with the love of your family and friends and your own kind of Mamba mentality, man. I'm very proud of you for
Yeah.
that, dog. So
Thank you. Thank you, man.
yeah, and
You want to know what one of the most painful things was?
just tell me.
One of the most painful things that happened was the catheter. Oh my God. If anyone's ever had a catheter in them, it is the worst thing for someone to stick something into your dick. Something is not supposed to go in there, damn it.
Oh man.
And something went in there, dude. They took the first x-rays because, I mean, we're out having fun, had drinks, whatever, all day. So, of course, I had a full bladder, but I didn't know it. I didn't have to pee. My back, everything is fucked up right now. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. So the nurse tells me, hey, we took your x-rays. You got a full bladder, like a really big. Do you need to go? And I'm like, I mean, no.
Damn, so you couldn't even pee? You didn't even think about it? Like, what?
Yeah, but not only that, now at this point, I'm on the bed. They got me the whole neck thing. I can't move my neck, my back, right? I'm like strapped in now. I'm strapped in for the ride. They had to cut my Darren Waller jersey off. They had to cut that shit off, bro. That was the first time I ever wear that jersey. I had to cut that shit off with some scissors. So she sticks the catheter in me, bro, and it feels like my dick is going to implode. It really felt like my junk was about to implode on me. I had so much urine.
They didn't give you any, like, anesthesia or anything like that?
Oh, my God.
They just put it right in?
They just put it right in. And it
cool,
hurts
bro.
so bad. It hurts so bad. And because I had so much in me, man, like it was like rushing. Well, I could like feel it. It's like if you see one of those over the ground pools, you know what I mean? Those big pools, if you like just poke the hole in that shit and all that water's coming out. That's how it felt.
Dude.
That's how it felt.
Yo, and imagine, it must have been big if the nurse is like, yo, hey, something like, yo, you gotta, I bet you gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it must have been.
God.
It must have been fucking.
And that was one of the most painful things all night, dude. All night. Because when the accident happens, the adrenaline, I didn't feel my back crack. You know what I mean? I didn't feel my spine crack. I just knew something was wrong. Yeah. That was like pain, shooting pain into my member. Yeah, it was really bad. And when they take it out, it's not comfortable. and then even like the next 5 times you pee after they take it out, it hurts. It just
There's blood in it too, right?
like
There's like.
razor blades. No, I don't think there was any blood, but it was just like razor blades when you peed like the next 5 times. Horrible, man, horrible.
So man, how long do you had the back brace off?
So the back brace was on for 2 months. Just got it off now. I've been out for like 3 weeks, And man, when it came off and I stood up for the first time, dude, this is how I put it. Have you ever watched like the Animal Planet?
Yeah, no, I mean sometimes. Yeah,
You ever
I
seen,
know what it is. Yeah,
you ever see like a baby giraffe being born or something like an animal
yeah,
being born?
yeah,
You ever
yeah,
seen that?
yeah.
And you ever seen them like try to like they stumble, they're trying to gather their
Yeah, it's
legs under them.
Like Bambi
Right,
walking. Right, right.
right. I mean, for a baby animal, you learn how to walk within like maybe the first 30 seconds, minute or so. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But that's how it felt like standing up after the back brace for 2 months. Standing up felt so weird. It felt so weird. It felt like my entire top half of my body was like a bobblehead. You know what I mean? Like, or if you sit on a squeaky chair or something, you got to tighten it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how my upper body felt like.
And that feeling is still like you still have that feeling sometimes, or
No. That's gone away now. So about 2.5 weeks out of the back brace, it's starting to strengthen up. You don't do like physical therapy right off the bat because you don't want to hurt yourself. You just want to do natural movements and stretches at home, and you just tie in your shoes, putting socks on. It was hard. I also had a broken wrist, right? I had a broken wrist and a broken like thumb. I had a pin in my hand that was 4 inches long going into my wrist.
damn.
So I was one-handed with a fractured back with nothing but stairs and steps all in my house, but we made it work. And I'm a big guy, and my wife helped me and supported me in every way, man. And all my friends and fam and everybody that reached out really means a lot when you hear from people that you don't even hear from in a long time. I mean, that's like a beautiful thing, It's great to just like, no matter what, I could not talk to you for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you reach out to me in like a time that I'm hurting and like you just say, hey, keep going. It really, really means a lot. It really puts things in perspective, right?
Yeah,
like fuck material objects. Like it's about the connections and the people you make, right?
Right. I mean, I remember talking to you during that time, and you were just very. I could hear it in your voice. You were down, but what you were saying was just very like, I just got to keep doing this. I got to keep, I'm gonna make it through. I'm gonna make it through, and and I had no doubt, man. But like, yeah, it's
tough. It's tough, man. For anybody out there going through anything, any physical pain, mental, whatever. I mean, if you're down, just try to get back up. I mean, try to keep your thoughts right and clear, and that's it. Just time passes, you heal. Everybody should be getting stronger day by day and just growing, and that's how I took it. Just day by day. I just got to take it day by day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easy to get get knocked down and stay down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, it's just
for sure. Cabin fever is real. I mean, I was really stuck at home for 2.5 months. And you can't move. I'm like really immobilized. I can't do shit around the house. You know what I mean? I can't. It's like I'm limited, really limited to what I can do. But everyone kept my spirits up. Had the homie Brandon come down. He spent some time with me, brought me all these books and shit. People were sending me edible arrangements. It was beautiful. And here I am doing capture culture. It's great, man. It's great.
Excellent, man.
I want to say like a bit. It was a big lesson. I think being a passenger in an accident like that is different than being a driver, because there's the no control is what's the hardest thing, man. When your life is not in your hands and the no control, that was really a scary aspect. I have nightmares, to be honest. Like the trauma is real. I have nightmares that I'm a passenger in a car and that we're about to hit something in front of me, and I clench up and I'm like I'm getting ready for the impact. It's the
that's crazy.
The control, the lesson I learned from God, right, in control, is that I'm not in control of anything, because I try to control everything. You know me. I'm micromanaging. I'm very organized. I think ahead. I got chess pieces tattooed on my arm. Like I try to think ahead, and like it was a lesson that no matter what, you know what I mean, God's in control. God, like, whatever God you may believe, by the way, you know what I mean? I'm just a spiritual person, but there's something higher than me that's got control of it. And then at the same time, to take control of my life and do what I need to do. You know what I mean? Like, do this, and just do it. Why not? Don't think of all the reasons not to do something. If you want to do it and it's in your heart, do it.
Amen,
Do it.
bro. Amen.
Do it.
And have you found any lingering effects, like psychologically, like when you go in a car as a passenger with somebody else now? Like,
Yeah, yeah, big time. It's way harder for me, honestly, to be in a car as a passenger than to be the driver.
mm,
Today marks the first day I drove. I
whoa,
drove to the park. I drove to the park down the street to kind of conquer that fear and start getting ready for regular life. And it was easier for me to drive there. And it came natural after 2.5 months. You think maybe you're a little shaky, scared, but it came natural. I was definitely driving like speed limit though, looking at the rear view and
right.
stuff like that. But when I'm a passenger in the car though,
It's hard.
I'm, I'm nervous, man. My wife
Mm,
drives good, but it's just like when you see brake lights ahead and maybe the driver doesn't brake right away. I'm not gonna tell the driver how to drive, but you just I just start panicking now.
yeah.
So it is something I'm gonna have to conquer, and time will heal that. But it's hard for me
Uh,
to not be in control, man. Even I was thinking even like taking an Uber would be hard because I'm still not in control. And just because
mm,
you're taking an Uber doesn't mean you're gonna make it home safe
right.
necessarily.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to learn that. I'm gonna have to learn how to live with that. But it is traumatizing from all aspects. It was a traumatizing experience for sure because I wasn't knocked out during it. I really uh, took in everything, and even now, 3 months later, almost, I'm still processing. There's still emotions and things I'm processing still with everything that comes with it. Being disconnected from society and work and people is part of it too. You just feel so out of the loop. You just feel.
Are you going back to work, or what's up with
Yeah,
that?
possibly in like 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks
Yeah, that's when I'm going to be evaluated at the end of this month, and then we'll give it.
from
I'll
who?
be I'll
The
be ready. I'll be ready.
okay.
My spine doctor.
Okay.
I'll be ready. I'll be ready to get back in. I'm ready to get back into society and just start doing my thing, get back into the swing of things. It's cliche, but I feel like I got a second shot at life, and I just want to be better all around.
Yeah, man.